good money. 100 walking stick is lots of money. You could make that in the village. He went to the city, poor Kasawa. He didn't know what would happen for that tree. After a few days, the mullah of village was walking around that area. And he saw a tree, and he saw one piece of red fabric on the branches. In his brain, everything was about the religion. He couldn't think further. So all of his brain was full of the religion and that kind of things. And he said, I believe that had to be holy tree. And I believe that one imam died under that tree. That's why they tied that red fabric to just show that that's a holy tree. He ran to the village. He explained the story to simple villagers, poor villagers. They believed that man. After a few days, that tree became a lot more holy tree than beginning. Everyone, they brought lots of red fabrics and they tied in the branches. And they were believed that if you put the leaves on your eyes, in your face and everywhere, that tree can heal you actually. So they brought lots of sacrifice under that tree, and that tree became famous in all around the village. Poor Kasaga again. Kasaga was coming back from the city. He didn't know that story. He knew that there's something wrong in that village, and that's why he had to leave that village. But he didn't know what happened for that tree. He came to the forest. He was so excited to find that tree. He said, yeah, I'm going immediately, and I'm going to cut that branches, and I'm making the walking stick with it. But he found that tree full of red fabrics. He got shocked. Why people had to do that? Why that tree is full of red fabrics? I only tied one red fabric on it. But what happened for that tree? But he was not really intelligent actually. He didn't pay attention and he started to cut that branches. Suddenly the mullah was walking around that tree. He was coming to pray, daily pray under that holy tree. He saw that Kasaga was busy with cutting that branches. He started to shout, and Kasaga, wow, Kasaga, what are you doing in here? You're cutting the holy tree, you're cutting the fake tree. Are you became infidel? Kasaga started to laugh at him. He said, man, you are more crazy than before. I really believe that. You are more crazy than before I was going to the city. He was cutting, he continued cutting the branches. The mullah ran away to the village and explained what he saw in the forest to the village. He said, yeah, the Kasaga went to the city, he lost his belief. That's why he came back, and he's busy to cutting our fake tree in this village. we have to punish him. All villagers, they attacked to Kasaga. Some of them with a shovel, some of them with a sickle and hammer, some of them with a knife, some of them with a stick which Kasaga made for them. They attacked to Kasaga. They split him 100 pieces. And they buried him under that tree. That tree is still a holy tree. They made a mosque around that tree. But until now, nobody knew that under that tree, no imam buried. Poor Kasaga died under that tree. That was my story.
Thanks, Amir. Beautiful. You guys thinking, I came out to a storytelling night and we've had boys being cut up by their fathers. We're having like kings that have been told to be slaves. And finally we got carpenters who are being chopped to pieces by angry religious villagers. You know, it's a good night out for everybody. Luckily, we've got someone who's going to save us from all this. Godfrey's going to save us from all this. Word for Godfrey, Godfrey's a lot of things to a lot of people. Just for our little group, just for us to sit behind a Zoom screen together, took a huge amount of organising. So I know you don't work alone, but I'd just like to thank you and all the PAO Ambazad team who are put this together. All the support, who help get us a place where we can be, who help during lockdown, making sure people have the technology so they can attend a Zoom meeting, making just even having, we had a physical rehearsal on Tuesday, like we could all be in the same place. Just making sure we could all be in one place together. Then we've gone through calling everyone up. Can you be there? You know, oh, you can't get there. Okay, here's a ticket to get there. So he works 10 times more than it appears from his relaxed demeanour. You're an example to us all. You sail through life. Thank you. Thanks for. I could go on. I've been here all night if I could start praising you. But let's just appreciate you, man. Let's just hear you tell a story. Godfrey's going to close our story section. Thank you so much for coming. It's lovely to be able to share stories this way. This is just the beginning. Please come back, tell your friends, your uncles, your aunties, all that kind of thing. And as I say, if you want to join us after the summer, come and bring some stories from where you're from. You can bring some wisdom from where you're from. We can have this beautiful melting pot celebration once a month right here. Sound like a good idea? Woo! Yeah. I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Godfrey.
It's kind of hard to talk when you get like all these compliments and stuff. Thank you. And yeah, I've been like for the last 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, I've been enjoying Amir and Wilson. These guys have awesome stories. I mean, like Kasaga, the story of Kasaga. It's like I never heard any story like that, and this is, for me, until now, one of the best stories I ever heard. And I was like, amazing. Welcome, Kibret. The Amsterdam Buurt Film Festival. That's the initiative of Kibret. We've got some video makers here today. The group of Ehsan, Valerie, Success, and Yusuf.
Hello.
So we have storytellers, guys who are learning how to tell stories, and yeah, they're masters. We got guys learning how to make some videos. Hopefully, 6th December.
12th of December.
12th December, the Buurt Film Festival. So we'll be having some films. Who knows? Maybe we can put up some story films and stuff. I stole this from Wilson. He forgot to do it today. Okay. When I say story, story, you say story. Right?
Yeah.
Story, story.
Story.
Story, story.
Story.
How come you forgot this one? Okay. See where I'm from. Leaders playing the same 6 games in our names. I'm supposed to save you guys, but I'm not going to do that. They claim they really care, but I swear it's just the fame. New fruits they come to bear, but all be the same. This one is like the last one, no time for change. That's where I'm from. Leaders playing the same crazy games in our names. Claiming they really care, but I swear it's just the fame. New fruits they come to bear, but all be the same. This one is like the last one, no time for change. That's where I'm from. South Sudan. Say happy anniversary, South Sudan.
Happy anniversary, South Sudan.
Because today, 9th of July, is the day South Sudan became independent, 11 years ago. And I wish I could be happy. I'm not.
And you wouldn't be.
Thank you, thank you. South Sudan is a mess. It's run by a group of guys that has been at least 20 years in war. These guys have never been politicians before. These guys have never run a family, let alone a nation. So it's a mess. That's where I come from. The newest country in the world and the most troublesome. So my father used to tell us this story. Adi wong dirinyeng kwenyo murinyo. Adi wong dirinyeng kwenyo murinyo. Adi nga logolo manan logorong logolo. Adi nga logolo manan logorong logolo. Nga inda domo to yolo inda nan. I wonder if you guys know what I'm singing about. Nga inda domo to yolo inda nan. Tinu ngilo mulengo tuti na tinu go ngilo mulengo tuti. Hey. So there was once a village where all the animals were living happy. You know, it's one big animal kingdom. Any animal you can imagine is down there. Those guys talk to each other, they socialize. Every weekend they celebrate one animal's culture. The next weekend they celebrate the other animal's culture. Until at some point, all this peace got disturbed by the wolf. The wolf got crazy. Some people say the wolf has been beaten by a dog. Some people say the wolf has been dumped by his wife. Some people say the wolf is on a trip. You know, the wolf got crazy, started eating other animals, something they never did before. They were like chill, friends and stuff. So he started with the chickens, and then moved to the rabbits, and then the dogs, and then the goats, and then the sheep. Hey. So one day the animals, they beat the drum. You know what the drum means? Call each other. So they call each other for a meeting while the wolf is away. They say, we have a problem in this kingdom of ours. Mr. Wolf has gone crazy. Mr. Wolf is killing us. What can we do? I don't know about you guys here. I don't know about everybody here. Like we have, in our stories in South Sudan, we have the hare. You know, it's like one of the most intelligent, cunning animals in the forest.
Why?
I don't know, is it the same here? Do you guys have stories about the hare as well? Being smart?
Yeah.
I see Success shaking his head. Anybody else have some hare stories? No? Yeah? All right. Okay. So, in this story, the hare is also the smart guy. I was sitting up on the tree watching all these guys meeting and talking, and these guys have been like 4 hours talking, and then it's like, yo, I have an idea. So everybody looked up at the rabbit. Huh? You have an idea? Yeah, I have an idea. Okay. What is your idea? Let's create a big drum, he said. We create a big drum and put Mr. Wolf in it. And tie the drum. And everybody was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then all of a sudden they are silent. It's like, oh, what's going on? Why are you guys silent? They're like, we don't know what, who is going to put the wolf in the drum. Mr. Rabbit thought for a minute. He said, that's easy. Let's just make the drum. I'll handle that. I said, okay. So they went to the forest, looked for a trunk, because that's what we make, you know, jembles from. Big tree trunk. They found one, cut it, they brought it to the village. And they started making the trunk, you know, empty, hollow from inside. And somebody was sent to tell Mr. Wolf, like, we are planning a very big festival in the village. And you're the big guy, you know, you have to be there. You have to test our drum so that we have a great party or festival. So Mr. Wolf was very, very proud, you know, when you're playing with his ego, it's like, okay, you're the big guy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, cool. So they made the drum, they brought the wolf, and he was, you know, there. You know, I don't have 4 legs, but I wish I could do that. Proud wolf walk. He said, Mr. Wolf, we want you to get into the drum. We'll put the skin on, and then we'll play the drum. And then we want you to hear for us. Mr. Wolf was like, yeah, cool. That sounds really like a good idea. So the wolf went voluntarily in the drum himself. They pulled the skin on it, they tied the drum, and then they started playing the drum. And that's the song I was singing in the beginning. So the song was actually like, Mr. Wolf, when they beat the drum. How does it sound? And that the wolf sings, Wong di riyeng kwenyo murinyo. ongiri ying quinyo murinyo. Adinga logolo manan logorong logolo. Adinga logolo manan logorong logolo. Nga inda domo tot yolo indanan. Nga inda domo tot yolo indanan. Tinu. You know, the conversation is this. Mr. Wolf, how does it sound? He said, it sounds ow, 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 my head, my neck. So Mr. Wolf, how does the drum sound? He said, ow, 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 my head, my neck. And I'm like, hey, but who put you in there? He said, it's the cunning rabbit, they asked me to get in here. But who put you in there? It's the cunning rabbit, they asked me to get in here. So all the animals will start clapping and like, oh, we've gotten rid of our enemy, and they start singing. And that's the part where, in Africa, everybody starts clapping and dancing because it's done.
Yeah.
You know, evil is gone. That's the end of the story. So I hope I really served you guys.
Can you hear the whole song again?
Big dumba, upping mau mau. Big dumba, upping mau mau. Gelangara, 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 gelangara. Yet, kangara, yet, kangara, yet, kangara. You see? The rhythm is different. Yeah, kangara, yet, kangara, yet, kangara, yet, kangara, yet, kangara, yet, kangara. Yes. This is from a tribe called Nyangwara. Can you guys say Nyangwara?
Nyangwara.
From South Sudan. Thank you guys.
A lovely evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
It's a bit short but nice. That's it for today, and we intend to do this much more often in a bigger setting. More storytellers, different storytellers. If any of you guys is interested in have stories, just let us know, because
It's too dark.
storytelling is awesome. Anybody want to tell a story?
Because there is lights behind
Come on, guys.
So
We're working hard here. Eh?
in the camera, you have light.
Suleiman.
It picks this light.
Ah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't pick him. So avoid those lights. Yeah, it's no. The lighting is
Well,
very
thank
bad.
you guys. We have some drinks behind there. Feel free. And like I said from the beginning, keep sanitizing your hand, like using that disinfectant 10, 15 times. So I guess I don't get. All right, good time. Thank you.
The program is over now.
Should we stop now?
Yeah.